Hey there, guys, and welcome to episode 5 of the Smashing Crossbar Podcast. I'm your host, Josh, once again, and I am joined by Ben, as always, here in the studio. Mate, how are we?
I'm good, mate, considering we've had numerous false starts on tonight's podcast. Third time's a charm.
Well, I've said episode 5, so just make sure we put the episode 5 in the top corner and not episode 4, right?
Yeah, I'll still have to make the thumbnail yet.
So we are back for another episode, obviously. What a week. For you, anyway. You had a good weekend?
I still haven't recovered.
Oh, what an interesting weekend. So we obviously jetted up to Newcastle for a mate's 30th, but we thought, fuck that, I'm not going up to Newcastle without going to a Jets game as well. So we moseyed on down to the International Sports Stadium, as it once was, and Marathon Stadium, and
we hit the GR first.
5 minutes later, McDonald Jones Stadium, to obviously watch the Jets do battle with pretty much our biggest task in the A League,
The bogey team.
since day dot. Yeah, obviously being Perth Glory. Man, I thought we were close.
Oh, we should.
Mate, you could not have been any more closer than what we got last.
We should have had it.
Oh, unbelievable! I don't know about you, but whatever the fans were, I think it was just over 8. I think it was 8.5, something along that. Guaranteed we had the game. I don't think there was anybody in that stadium who thought we were losing that game with 10 to go.
No way.
Honestly, great performance and pretty well started from get-go.
Yeah, it did.
It definitely wasn't what we'd previously seen in the last couple of rounds.
Well, to be fair, we did miss the first 2 minutes standing at the top of the
at the top of the bay.
Yeah, we're standing at the top of the bay, waiting to see how long the lads realised that we weren't there for, and it took them a whole 2 minutes.
The whole 2 minutes. Yeah, Paul Turner and co, obviously on the drum and so forth, looking at us, telling us he's coming down here or what. There was a sorry bunch of heads down the front. It was touch and go whether I was going down there. But yeah, look, obviously it was a good performance. 1-1. It ended up as we said. The GOAT just loves cutting people's grass, doesn't he?
He does. He does.
Gets in there and obviously found a bit of blade of grass that he wasn't impressed with, so he done something about it, eh?
Mate, I tell you what, MJ Stadium should be hiring him to mow it every week.
Why not? Why not? He may as well. He put on a good show. So obviously we'll talk about somewhat, start to finish. Obviously from the get go, mate. What were your thoughts? Obviously we didn't have Boogs.
Yeah, a late dropout.
There were some people saying that probably not a bad idea. Myself included, I think he definitely needed a rest.
Yep.
I feel the injury may have come at a good time. We'll find out this week, I suppose, with obviously the guys out, obviously due to international duties and so forth. So you'd imagine he will come in. He has been named in the train on squad. So you can't imagine him missing the game, I suppose, if he's in the squad.
No.
But your thoughts, obviously, the guys at the back done the job.
Yeah, I'm always a bit ropey at the fact when Lockie Jackson comes to step in, only because I have horrific nightmares of that game against Sydney FC when Ninkovic absolutely done him inside out. And that is a constant flashback whenever I turn around and see Lockie Jackson's been named in the squad, and I just head my hands and go, oh god. Especially lining up against next to Johnny Katrumbas, who hasn't. Well, I wouldn't say he's been bad, but he's been very hot and cold depending on the opposition that he's gone with. In the end. Yep. But yeah, he between Lockie J and Topor Stanley, like force at the back. Talk about starting well, and yeah, we did. It cracked on. It was a cracking game.
Yeah, we'll start obviously in the back line, obviously with Miller, then Jackson, Topper, and then obviously Katrumbas out wide. Obviously we haven't seen much of Lockie Jackson playing the guts. But for me, if he plays like that each week, mate, he can definitely cement that spot pretty quick, I reckon. Especially with the aging heads of obviously Topper and Boogs. So he looked good. You know what I mean? Obviously, as I said, I've never really been a fan of him, obviously, on the wing, in the back line, obviously, and Johnny K as well, obviously, doesn't excite me personally. Again, it's not his natural position. So
Yeah,
I'm
not
not
in
here
that
to have
position.
I'm not here to have a bash at him or anything like that. It's
No,
just
the bashing comes later.
but at the same time, it's a shame. We need, as I think Paul was saying last week, we need Burns. We need to see him.
Yeah.
If the under 21s or 23s or whatever the age group is at the moment in Ireland international teams screaming for him to play in the upcoming friendlies, he needs to be playing.
No, I agree.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know why. I don't know. Obviously, you'd imagine if he was somewhat underdone in that, you would pretty sure you would imagine he wouldn't have gone.
Yeah, but coming off a full season in Scotland as well, there's no reason why he should be.
And they'd already started before he even got here, so he'd been playing. He hadn't been injured. Hasn't been missing games.
Look, don't get me wrong. I don't feel that Johnny Trumbus has done enough bad to be dropped, but I think we need to see something fresh and something different. I mean, I know that Johnny is sort of there to counteract Matt Miller. As we all know, Matt Miller loves to get forward. Doesn't necessarily always love to get back. But, yeah, I think that's sort of to counterbalance that. If Miller's pushing up front to make it sort of a four-man attacking midfield, Johnny sort of slots into a back three with Topper and whoever else is there, whether it be Jackson or Boogs. But yeah, if Lockie... I saw a different side of Lockie's game. I wasn't, for the first 30 seconds, I think I may have had a bit of had that bit of a don't let him go near the ball sort of moment. But no, and he came out and showed us, give the young bloke an opportunity. He's been around for a while now, and he's ready to step up and take his chance. And wouldn't have gotten into the A League team of the week if he didn't.
Yeah, obviously, as I said, it was a different Jets team from previous weeks. It was they looked hungry, they looked keen on the ball. Obviously, Ugarkovic, again, you can't fault him. I mean, like the only time that you seen him and you knew he was doing something is when he set up the goal.
Yeah,
and that's pretty much what you want out of him. I mean, look, it's almost at that point where you want him virtually to be going, oh, he is playing.
Yeah. And that pass was bloody immaculate.
Oh, 100%. 100%. As I said, for him, look for the biggest blade of grass he could find and then aim for that and off he's there, mate. He's itching. He's
itching, yeah.
And it's been due. You know what I mean? He's missed some terrible goals.
See, the GOAT's sort of done the opposite thing. As you get older, you sort of move back towards the back end of the field. He's going the opposite way, mate. He's like a fine wine. He's getting better with age.
With every right too. He's definitely he moves unbelievable up and down that pitch. It's still
and better to put him on that side with Matty Miller, who does like to get forward and, as mentioned before, sometimes may not like to get back. Hoffy's going to be covering those miles to get back and forward.
100%, absolutely. So obviously we had Ugarkovic and Redenton in the middle.
And you notice something about that lineup though?
The big diamond.
No, what did I mention on the podcast? What did I mention to you and on the podcast a couple of weeks back? About sticking with what we know and going back to a 4-2-3-1.
Yeah, true.
What's that formation there, mate?
Yeah, exactly
on screen that you're watching.
100%, mate. It is
4-2-3-1, isn't it?
Well, it is. Obviously, nice to see Ernie Merritt watching the show. Shout out to you, mate. Obviously.
Yeah, cheers, Ernie. I'll let you know, mate. I come pretty cheap as a tactician.
That's it, mate. He didn't fill the spot of the assistant coach, so he might be looking for.
Yeah, I missed out on Clayton's gig, but who knows?
Yeah, mate. Season's still
maybe
young.
Rocky Luke can take some pointers.
Yes, the season's still young, mate. Plenty of time. Araya for you, mate. Araya. Your thoughts? Is he obviously he put the ball through to Ugarkovic to set up the play, and he done that from out wide as well. So he's obviously at that. Yeah, he does exactly what we've been saying. He just wants the ball.
Yeah.
He just wants it. He doesn't care whether he's got to try and beat 3 plays. If he doesn't beat the 3 plays that he needs to, he knows he's going to get a massive whooping. But
it's nice to see a striker like Arroyo. He will find the space wherever the space is.
Yep.
He's not afraid to come back and do defensive work. His work rate is amazing. Yeah, and okay, he does get frustrated, but what striker doesn't when you're not getting ball? So he'll drop in deep and try and work the link play as well. That, that's three different types of striker.
Yeah.
In the one package. And then you move on to the fourth type of striker, and you know what? For somebody in the Jet squad that's actually willing to go on as a striker and beat a player, an opposition player, is something we've not seen in the Jet squad for a very long time.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Look, it was an interesting game. Obviously, we were all over him. I think in the first half, especially.
Never saw Redenton, and that scares me. That to me means he's either A, doing his job, or I'm just not paying enough attention to the game.
Look, I personally think, from what I've seen of him, and as you said, it was limited. Mainly because we were singing renditions of friggin' Bohemian Rhapsody and so forth in the stands.
Yeah, we ran out of chance with the karaoke segment.
Good karaoke. Keep that, Vandy and the boys. Keep that. I like it. So, but like, we didn't see much of him. But at the same time, he definitely didn't make anywhere near as many mistakes.
Well, if he'd have made a mistake, I'd have seen it. So,
well, we on a very seedy Sunday, we sat down and obviously rewatched the game to.
Yeah, we did.
Find anything we
you weren't so seedy, I was.
No, I was feeling pretty good actually.
Must have been the humidity and the altitude.
Must have been the humidity. So yeah, obviously the possession's the biggest one for me. I think obviously, and this is only going from the stats that we've been given. Possession 35% to the Jets compared to 65% to Perth. Does that seem right to you?
No, I thought we had more of the ball than that. I could have swore we had more than the ball. I'd have gone something more in the realms of maybe 40 to 45.
Yeah.
We didn't. Perth did have a majority of the ball, but not, I don't think, by a percentage like that. And then you go up and you look at the shots and shots on target. Perth had 12 shots, 4 on target, and we had 13 and 4 on target with 35% possession. That it reminds me of sort of last year. We had no ball, but we were still creating chances at the end of the day. We just couldn't make the back of the net bulge.
Yeah. Look,
half the passes too.
Yeah, and obviously that's it. Like, shots on target, obviously 4 apiece. Shots in general, obviously 13 to us, 12 to them. Which, see, that one to me fathoms me as well, because I
don't remember seeing 13 shots.
I don't remember us making that many shots.
I don't remember Perth making 12.
And I feel Perth made a lot more than that. Like they were coming pretty hard the whole game.
Yeah.
I think I seen him hit the crossbar like 4 times. So like
twice.
There you go. So you look, obviously, you look at those stats compared to the possession. Obviously, for me, it seems a little bit far fetched.
Half as many passes too.
Yeah, but let's be honest, that is the way Perth play.
Yeah,
they don't mind a pass, and they don't mind passing the ball backwards 5 times if it means them keeping hold of it.
Yeah, whereas Ernie's very much in our boys' ears, going right.
Just drive forward,
and he's been like that since he come into the club. Do not pass that ball backwards.
It's go forward the whole time. Yeah, I mean, and
your first option should be looking forward.
Correct. You see the whole play the way you pass.
Play the way you face.
Play the way you face, and it's interesting, I suppose, considering
the only person in Perth squad that should be passing backwards more should be Bruno Forlanoli, because all he does is he works best with his back to goal.
So obviously there wasn't much action even in the yellow card scenario, or the card scenario, obviously, other than the very late red card, which would have been handy about 15 minutes earlier. Might have made things a little bit easier for us, but it came a little bit too late in my opinion. But your overall thought on the game, mate. As a whole, Lockie Jackson was voted by the Jets fans and so forth as player of the match. I don't think we can fault that. I think that one is correct.
Was he?
Yeah.
I thought I saw somewhere today that it was a riot.
No, Lockie Jackson. Well, from my source that I got, I think it was on the Newcastle Jets page.
Oh, yeah. I think the Jets Dream one might have been a riot.
Oh, okay.
I can't remember. There's so many of them.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So, I'm happy with that.
Oh, I'm 100% happy with that.
I think he played very well, and because of that, obviously makes team of the week, which we'll get into in a little bit shortly. But I don't
my thoughts on the game. Well worth the flight up. It was an entertaining spectacle.
It was, yeah.
And I'm very happy to say that when I do fly up to go and watch the Jets, I don't think I've ever flown up there and seen a bad game.
Which is what you want from a club. I was starting to panic with 10 minutes to go. I'm like, man, if we win this against Perth, it's going to be very costly every second week, because if that's what it takes for us to win games, it had to be us.
Yeah.
I was like, mate, it's because we come up. They know we're here.
They know we're here.
But yeah, look, it was a good performance by all. There wasn't really anyone there that stood out and had a bad game personally, which was good to see. And other than that, obviously a good result. I don't think we done. I don't think we gave a tip for this game. To be fair, I'm not too sure. So
I can't remember. We're gonna have to go back and watch it.
And then I was gonna say, the amount of drinks you had, you wouldn't remember what you tipped anyway.
Mate, I didn't remember too much by the end of the game.
So
I was starting to slow down by then.
Yeah, I bet you were. So yeah, overall, good game. As you said, well worth the trip. You'll take a point against Perth. Probably a lot harder to take this year compared to say last year at the moment, as they're not firing as where they should be. Yeah, yet, but at the same time, if they're not firing yet and we're playing them, we want to be beating them.
Yeah.
But we'll take the point obviously, and hopefully it's 1 point closer to 3 points hopefully this week.
Yeah, still got more than Wellington.
They've ground out some good games though, Wellington. That's the problem. That's what scares me the most.
Yeah.
Well, they got beat by Western United, and they've had some pretty tough.
They've had some pretty rough runnings.
They've had a pretty tough
victory. That game against Victory was awesome.
Yeah, it was a good game actually. But obviously talking about Jackson, we will dissect straight into the team of the week as we segmented off onto it. What have we got? Forwards, we've got Kwabena Appiah, Ole Toivonen, Craig Noon. Midfield, Diego Castro, James Tracy, and Connor Metcalf. In the defence, we've got Curtis Good, Stephen Taylor, our own Lockie Jackson, and Josh Risdon, with the goalkeeper Marinovic from Wellington, as we were just talking about. So,
yeah, and he's knocked off Lopa
2 weeks in a row.
Again, Marinovic, brilliant in goals again for Wellington. Stephen Taylor, brilliant in defence again for Wellington. That was a great game, that one too.
It was a good game.
There wasn't any bad games this week, to be fair.
No, it was pretty it was pretty good all round, to be fair. Bloody.
I mean, the only reason Kwabena Appiah is in there is because he scored a goal finally.
Yeah, well, yeah.
If he scored a goal at Jets, they wouldn't have put him in team of the week last season.
True. I was going to say, Toivonen, he looked solid as always. Made a mistake, then made up for it, obviously.
Yeah.
As that's what you want, obviously, from your captain and your lead.
He pulled a Terry Antonis. It was the hero and the villain.
Correct. Very true. Yeah, look, as I said, it's pretty solid.
Connor Metcalf's in there 2 weeks running now.
He's a good player. He's good to watch. But yeah, no, I don't think I can fault anyone in that one. I think, as I said, everyone in there is sort of pretty much borderline. Again, the whole. I think Tracy's for me is just. I'm not too sure. I'm not sold on him on the whole Adelaide move in general.
Give it time.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. Obviously, Risdon's made it again. Obviously, because of that, gets a call up
to the Socceroos, which is fantastic for us. Which means he won't be playing against us next week. Which means we might get to see our boy Ivan. Their
boy Ivan.
No, he's still my boy Ivan.
Yeah, you had a little bit of a bromance with him.
I do.
But yeah, that's obviously team of the week. Congratulations again to obviously everyone who made it, including Lockie Jackson. Good to see finally someone in red and blue. Wish it was gold though.
Oh yeah, don't we all? There's no Western Sydney in there.
Yeah, that's interesting. To be fair,
no, they sort of fell off.
Yeah, correct. So yeah, obviously that's the game against Perth. Done all right there. As we were saying, big congratulations to Terrace Nova Castro, obviously for the first time.
Thank you for your hospitality too.
Yeah. No, it was good. Obviously, very early days.
Thanks to the staff at the GR.
Yeah. Thank you to the staff. triple shots, I think it was at one point. That's probably what got you.
And there was girls there in barely anything because they had that music festival on or something.
Oh, yeah, whatever the hell that was, yeah.
This,
yeah.
then that, whatever.
This, then that, yeah. It was this, then nothing pretty well.
Yeah, they were in this and then they were in nothing, mate.
It was, yeah, well worth the fight just for that. But yeah, as I said, yeah, thanks to obviously everyone there, obviously Paul and Vandenberg and obviously everyone else obviously who's involved with it. And yeah, let's get behind it there. You know, as I said, it's just starting out, but obviously, I believe they're prepping for the Western Sydney Wanderers game. I think that's where Laurie wants everyone in, and they really want to make a statement at that game. So make sure everyone's getting to that one. I do believe they're taking requests for chants or obviously looking at banners and stuff like that. I think the guys are possibly looking at getting some shirts.
Tifo fun going.
Yeah, Tifo fun. So some shirts, obviously, are on the go around. Scarves are going to be available from the next game, I think, against Western Sydney Wanderers at the General Roberts.
And you can only get them from the General Roberts, which annoys me very much.
Mate,
so I'm not flying back up there just to get myself a scarf.
You might have to get under Vandy and do some grovelling. But yeah, obviously, yeah, and that's that. I said that's the biggest thing. The only way you can get them is by going there. It's pretty much first in, best dressed, I believe.
Yeah,
it isn't the only. Obviously, it's the first batch of obviously, depending on how many people go to get them. Obviously, if it sells out, they'll order another box. So don't stress, you will get one if it sells out, and if it doesn't sell out, you'll obviously get one if you really want one.
Might have to make a few phone calls.
You might have to. Obviously, thanks again to Joel and Laurie for coming over.
I had your shandy there, Laurie. You disappointed me. I spoke to you on Twitter about this.
So yeah, obviously thanks to everyone else, and obviously good job to those guys. But yeah, moving on, mate. Away from that, we will quickly dissect obviously first game of the women's the W League this week.
Oh yes.
Big one for the Jets, obviously against Melbourne City. Not only is it against Melbourne City, but it is against their former captain, Nova Castrin, born and bred, obviously Emily Van Egmond. So it's going to be an interesting one to watch. Sunday afternoon, 6 p.m. So a little bit of a late one.
I have to watch it. My other favourites playing.
Down to number 2 Sports Ground. Be sure to get down there and support them. And I think they've got a new active support as well down there. I think.
Yeah, I saw the photos.
Photos
was it last night or the night before?
Laurie met up.
Some beers or something.
Laurie met up with them and so forth down at the Three Bears, I believe it was, and getting that all underway and stuff like that, and well deserved. The girls need it, and then the girls
don't need it; they deserve it.
And that's it. They need obviously all the help they can get, and they need as many fans there. But as I said, yeah, they definitely deserve it, and let's get behind them. We obviously haven't got the international caliber of what we've had previous seasons, which that is what I'm most interested to see. Obviously, how they're going to go
homegrown
without that, and obviously with mostly homegrown, and obviously the Australian-based players. So that'll be a good one. So yeah, be sure to jump down to that one. Obviously, round 1 of 14 matches, I believe.
Yeah, it's a short one, isn't it?
Yeah, only about 14 matches and so forth. No Sam Kerr, no, there's a few big names obviously that have now departed. Obviously, congratulations to Sam Kerr, I suppose you may as well say.
Yeah.
As much as I'm disappointed about it, she could have gone to any other club in England except for Chelsea. But
yeah, I'd prefer her to go to Blues Ladies. My Blues Ladies, not Chelsea Blues Ladies.
Or Everton for that matter, thank you.
Because we play in the women's Prem.
Yeah. Quite honestly, I was hoping she'd go to Liverpool because we're in a bit of a dire strait. We need some talent at the moment. We're sitting bottom after about 5 rounds, I think. So,
I haven't checked it yet. I have to start watching it on Optus Sport.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's it. Optus Sport. That's what it was. Kerr over the line. That was it. Bang.
Yeah, that's it. We're throwing money at it now.
That's it. Optus Sports. Now she hasn't won the Ballon d'Or or whatever for the female, but anyway, I won't go into that.
She's not far off.
Oh, she should have won it last year. But yeah, as I said, be sure, get down there. Your membership will get you in for nothing.
Well, yours will, mine won't.
Well, yeah. Won't tell Lockie about that. Yeah, mine will, not yours won't. Well, yours technically will if you're up there. But yeah, so yeah, be sure to go down there, guys. Get behind it. It's good. And hopefully the girls can kick off the season with a win.
The girls deserve as much support as what the men's get.
100%. Absolutely. No, got no questions there, mate. So anyway, we will move on. Have you got anything before we move into this week's round against Western United? Anything catch your eye, or anything obviously the club wise, or international break. Obviously, the boys, we may as well talk about that, I suppose. Your boy Redenton, congratulations to him getting a call up to the New Zealand squad.
Blessing in disguise. I mean, look, as a famous man from Fox Sports once said to me, his name is Matt Vandenberg, no one is bigger than the club.
Oh, wow. You've been itching to get that one in since we started.
I have.
Oh, man, yeah, Matt Vandenberg.
I saw it on his Facebook and had a little giggle.
Yes.
Actually, no, it was on his Twitter, I think.
Yeah, it was something I remember seeing as well.
I saw it and I laughed.
Obviously, a few fans out there will be a little bit disappointed. Obviously, it's a good segue, I suppose, into the Western United game. We're going to be a bit short. Obviously, Araya's gone. Redenton, as you said, is gone. And who's the other? Bloody
Araya,
and Burns.
Bobby Burns,
Bobby
yeah.
Burns, who...
I wanted to see Bobby Burns get a first crack this week, but
yeah,
wasn't to be.
Ain't going to happen, so... Yeah, it's going to be interesting. So good luck to obviously all the guys.
Well, Matty Miller will have fun. Because Risdon ain't there either.
Yeah, well, that's going to help. That'll be good for him.
Well, Western are only going to go one of two ways. They're going to play Connor Payne as a wing back, like they have been.
Yeah, true.
Or we're going to get to see my boy Ivan.
Alvan Voyetta. Yeah, it's going to be interesting actually. Obviously, I think Hoffy's going to have a bit of freedom as well, which would be good. Obviously, not having the Risdon there either. So
yeah, that's
going to be another thing, obviously. And we know what Geelong's like. It's a football pitch / cricket pitch. So
no, it's an AFL pitch, mate.
It's plenty of grass down that way.
So, yeah, and they don't. Because we've already been to the stadium since Western have been there. They don't move the ground to one side either.
Yeah, no.
They don't move the pitch to one side of the stadium. It is bang on in the middle.
Yep.
And there is like you can like run to the netting.
Yeah.
Like full sprint, Arroyo style, into the netting and still be caught by the Seccos before you even get anywhere near it.
Yeah, the gap between the stadium.
But the lads from the Western Service crew they're a nice bunch.
No, you got to give them credit, mate.
They're a nice bunch.
We went down there obviously a few weeks ago, and they're good hospitality and that good bunch of blokes. Obviously, you know, in a rebuilding phase, I suppose as well. They're just starting out, and obviously
they weren't annoyed with us drinking in their pub.
In our own gear, and we sat in the active support in our own gear.
Yeah,
so,
in Jets gear.
So good on them. I'm not going to do it this week.
No.
Might be a little bit sour this week when we beat them.
Oh, I wouldn't go that far.
Anyway, obviously we've got a few internationals out. Obviously, as we said, Risdon's out for them as well. Kick-off 7:30 p.m. down at GMHBA Stadium down in Geelong. All the Novocastrians and that coming down. Good luck with that.
It's a bitch to get there.
Don't try and come in at 3 p.m. thinking you'll make it there by kick-off. I guarantee you'll be struggling.
Won't.
That's a big struggle. So
that's a for Western games like that to travel, they're gonna have to travel the night before.
Pretty well. Or yeah, that's it.
Or first flight in the morning.
Yeah, a very early flight. So
look, it's a pain in the ass for us to get to, and we live half an hour's drive away from it.
Absolutely.
Parking is a nightmare too.
Yeah, exactly right. And the whole train setup's not that crash on either.
Nah, it's rural trains, lads, so I wouldn't even bother.
Yeah. So yeah, as we've said, 7:30 kick-off down at Geelong. Yeah. Obviously everyone coming down, sweet as. Sure Vandenberg's all over it and sorted out.
Come say hi.
We'll
come say hi to us.
We'll be there at some point.
We'll be there. Well, you'll be there at some point. I'll be there.
Yeah. Well, I've got to convince the wife yet. I'm meant to pick up my sister, but we'll see. Bit of sweet talk.
Tell her to come down with the lads. They can chaperone her down.
Yeah, she don't fly until like 8 p.m. or whatever it is. Let's catch an Uber or something.
She should have spoken to you beforehand. She knew that there was a game. Like,
she should have known. It's just not the.
So it's only fair. She did drive us around all last weekend, so.
I don't care. You don't interrupt me while the game's on.
No, you might not care, but I think I need to give her an apology. But we'll leave that for later.
Well, what your thoughts on the lineup, mate? How are we going to go into this? Obviously, we've got big issues obviously up front now. As we've got nothing there. That's where obviously we were weak to start with. Obviously, with Shepherd and.
You dare say that Hoppy's going to be leading the line?
Oh, you scored last week. You can't knock.
Somebody's opened the gate for the goat.
Happy days. Gates all over it.
He's all over it. There's a lot of grass on that pitch that
I was
isn't
going to
being
say,
used.
I was going to say, there's plenty of blade of grass on the.
We just hope he doesn't get scared by the fireworks.
Jesus Christ, he probably put on about 20 kicks before he gets on the plane home.
And hope he doesn't get scared by the pyro. It goes off free game.
Yeah, the old pyro. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. Obviously, there's not going to be much change other than the changes that we have to make. Denton's out, so obviously that probably.
I think Paddy Langlois came in, got promoted as well.
Yeah.
I don't know. We're going with a shortened squad. We're only going with 13, I think.
Beautiful. That leaves us with one sub. Or two subs.
You dare say Gussie will come in?
Yeah, it's going to be interesting.
Oh, I don't know. Is Canner fit?
Yeah, so Canner.
Is Canner fit to start?
I think Canner's got to start. I think this has got to be his.
His
week to prove.
Is he ready to start? Is the question.
Well, he's going to have to be. I think. I'd be very surprised if he doesn't
Big risk,
start.
Though.
Yeah.
With his injury history.
You got to start sometime.
Yeah, well, yeah, there is that.
But yeah, look, it's going to be interesting to see what happens. It makes you worry. There's just
the worry is not fielding the 11. The worry is what have we got on the bench?
Not much.
Sweet FA. Well, we could have Ivan, but only had different ideas about that.
Yeah, well, that's exactly right. So yeah, it would be interesting. Not much is going to change, obviously, other than the spots that, as you said, have been done. Obviously, Uriah is out, so as you said, I think Hoffman will move up, and that'll probably make way for Thurgate. Redenton out. You'd imagine, if as long as Ken is fit, he's going to
straight swap.
That's going to be a straight swap there. And then Bobby Burns. But I think the back line's going to be the interesting one because obviously Boogs. Who do you pull out of that lineup? Obviously Jackson's just come off Team of the Week. Boogs has got to come in somewhere.
I wouldn't be dropping Lockie Jackson.
See, I think Johnny Kane might have a unfortunate.
Nah, Johnny Kane will stay.
You reckon Miller's going to get dropped?
No, Miller's not getting dropped. I reckon Boogs will end up on the pine.
Oof. Oh well.
I don't think Lockie Jackson deserves to be dropped, not after a Team of the Week performance.
No, and that's why.
And you've got to remember as well that we don't know if Boogs is still not recovered yet. He's probably not at 100% anyway. So you're not going to get him. You're not going to throw him out there for 90 odd minutes.
True.
Worrying, because if he does cop that extra knock, he could be out for 8 weeks next. We lose him for 8 weeks, we are damn well screwed.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I suppose. Again, I wouldn't be disappointed if he sat on the bench.
No, I wouldn't either. Not after the performance Lockie Jackson put in. We just hope that it wasn't a one-hit wonder.
Yeah. Anyway, we'll move on. Your prediction. How do we go there, mate? Do we go there and surprise them and take 3 points, or is there one player down compared to our 3 main ones?
I have my reservations, and I don't know whether I've predicted if I've tipped a loss on the pod or not yet. But I am going to tip a 2-1 loss.
2-1 loss. Yeah, right. It'd be interesting to see what happens here.
I just don't think we're strong enough.
Yeah, it's interesting.
And Western have hit their straps now. They're starting to fire. So
yeah, they come out like they played against Victory. We're in big trouble.
That's right, and it just goes to show, even if we do end up fucking 2-0 ahead, just to say they can't draw it back.
Correct.
They've got the quality and the talent there to do it. They showed it against a classy Victory outfit. You know what?
I'm going to be an arsehole and I'm going to go 3-1 to Western United.
Okay.
I think you can't deny Berisha. And
that's the other problem.
Berisha, McDonald, their strike power is just something that most clubs would wish they had, and us included.
I do want to bring up another point though.
Yeah.
They're signing all these strikers. Why weren't we looking at them? Were we not looking at Scotty McDonald 2-3 years ago?
Yeah, I thought we were at some point looking at him.
Surely there has to be a striker out there that we can bring in. An Australian one.
Yeah.
Under the cap.
Under our budget.
Well, yeah, and that too.
Under our budget.
That's able to work with our budget.
Yeah. I think
we've spent big on not big, but we've spent on an import. But again, there was that issue that he may have been needed for international duty. We should have known that. I'm assuming that they would have gone Shepherd as cover, but the way Ernie is with Shep, anyways, still seems hesitant to give him a run anyway.
Yeah.
The fans have been screaming for Shep to get a run for 12 months.
Sure. Yeah,
I for one are one of them.
No, I totally agree. It's going to be interesting to see, obviously, what happens. Obviously January or whenever the transfer window opens and so forth. But as I said, we don't need to be waiting for that transfer window at this point in time. We have the opportunity to bring in A League players.
Yeah.
As a swap or a trade or a friggin' loan or deal or whatever it is.
Or an injury replacement.
And there's got to be definitely players out there on, say, probably the books of some of your big name teams at the moment that are flying that could definitely use a leg up in game time. So that's probably interesting.
Popper.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Maybe bring out one of his sons or something.
That's what I was hinting at. You know, the defensive midfielder one that's not meant to score goals but has scored an A-League goal.
I bet you he got a choice of his ice cream after dinner.
I bet he did too. Son, you can have anything on your ice cream you want tonight. What about me, Dad? No. You didn't score.
Yeah, that's it. You're useless.
I wouldn't go that far, but...
You're useless to me. You're not important enough. So yeah, that's probably a good point, obviously, to put out to everyone else out there. Obviously, as I said, leave a comment and so forth. We'll give us your thoughts. Yeah, what are your thoughts on bringing somebody in? Obviously, there is that option, surely, of, as we were just talking about, bringing in like an injury replacement or a loan.
Well, I was discussing with you about one that may have been available, but as of yesterday, he re-signed a new contract, so we can't have him.
What was that?
Reegs.
Oh, yeah, Reegs. Yeah. I said that, yeah.
He put it on Twitter that he'd re-signed over in Malaysia again. I'm just like, well, we were talking about this 3-4 weeks ago, and now this is out the water.
Freaking enjoying his yum cha too much and so forth. He's
enjoying his Kung Pao chicken.
Yeah. Hey, I would have taken Reegs.
I would have.
Absolutely.
Is this where we need to get down on hands and knees and... Should I dare not whisper his name? Daniel Mullen?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, it was funny, actually. It really made me think, because I was doing some... I thought... I don't even know what it was. It made me sort of think about it. But I was just thinking about, like, past players. And you type into Google or whatever, Newcastle Jets players or whatever, and it brings up literally the whole list of people who have played at the club. And it just amazed me to think at some of the age groups of players that used to play for us and that are still in that early age bracket, like, early 30s or whatever.
Yeah, I know. I just quickly had a search of one that, we maybe could have brought in, considering he's playing at an NPL level, and I didn't realise he was 30. I thought he was younger than that.
Oh.
Polyak. Mateo Polyak.
Mateo Polyak, he's still playing at NPL.
Yeah, he's at Marconi. He's been at Marconi for a year and a half now.
Yeah, it amazes me why we're not giving people like that. He's playing NPL. He can't get much cheaper than that in the bloody money budget. Like,
well, yeah. I mean, start having a look at players that we've let go to NPL that were still decent A-League quality. I mean, we let Polyak go on a transfer overseas.
Yeah, that's right.
And you're telling me he came back from 12 months at Astra, and nobody in the A-League could give him a gig, and nobody since then has thought about it? I mean, Jesus Christ, we picked him up from Western Sydney Wanderers when they were flying high.
It makes you wonder, doesn't it? It makes you think.
I mean, I know people turn around and say, oh, recycling A-League players, but you know what? You know what you're getting.
Yeah.
You know what you're going to get from them.
Yep. No, well, yeah. But, as I said, everyone listening out there, feel free. Put a few names in the hat who you think might be decent or might be a good fit back at the club, or somebody who's obviously been at the club and might come back, or even if you've got some other players obviously out there that might be playing NPL or anything like that. It interests me. You know what I mean? Like, Hull's a flop for us se, but he's better than the Bromina Magic.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
he's better than an NPL level.
You know what I mean? Like, and he's still only like 27 or 28 or something like that. Like, he's still got something to give, surely. He doesn't score free kicks the way he had been, especially for the Coast last season.
Yeah, but I think it's more, unfortunately with Hull, as talented as what he's shown, going out on loan to Sydney and whatever.
His attitude's
That's right. It's his attitude that is the issue. I mean, case in point, that photo that was posted today of Clayton Zane going off at him, and Wayne O'Brien's just sitting there going, "Don't look, don't look, don't look."
Yeah.
In a little bit of off-topic news, just because I've noticed it. Wayne Brown has returned from injury and he's back on the pitch for Sutton United. Come back on. 6 or 12 minutes later, bangs his first goal. Well done, son.
Yeah, like a 12-month friggin' delay there. I think he went out with a knee injury or something like that. And
12 months he was out.
Pretty well 12. Yeah, pretty much 12
Yeah,
months.
within 6 or 12 minutes or something, bagged his first goal. Well done to him.
Yeah,
Good to see him back on the pitch.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. It's interesting, just watching, looking at some of these older players. So, yeah, as I said, feel free to jot down a few names and so forth of what you guys think who, we could possibly pick up and so forth.
I wonder if Zads had come back on an injury replacement.
Zankovic.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Sorry, he can pass his prime for sure.
It doesn't matter. He can still headbutt.
Who'd we bring in there? We bring in the other Mullen, wasn't it? Last year, or like an injury short.
Nah, Ian Fife.
Ian Fife, that's right. Yeah, far out. Well, surely if we
brought
him,
he's still at it though.
If we're bringing in Ian Fife, surely we can bring.
What? He was like what, 34 or something?
Nah, he's way older than that. Surely. Google will tell you. While you're googling Ian Fife, I will do a quick, obviously, shout out to
37.
Well, there you go. I was close. Better than 34. What was I just going to say? Oh yeah. Now I've just totally lost my train of thought. But
That's
anyway,
right.
we'll move on from next.
We'll move on. We'll stop reminiscing over days gone.
No, bugger that shit. We'll bring it right back.
Actually, we need a striker, Trivunovic, the Iceman.
Oh,
we'll bring back the Iceman.
I could go for some.
You can take penalty kick duties off bloody Timmy.
I could go for some. Sunday vibes.
Oh, Lubo.
Good old Lubo.
Good old Lubo.
He'd be fantastic just around the club.
Oh, he would.
Mate, you're not doing it right.
We couldn't get the club a better barista.
Yeah, Yeah, you're not doing it right. You meant to lay right back, cross those legs, and get the pillow up right up under your back line.
Yeah, and Instagram.
And relax. Obviously talking about good old times and so forth. We did sing it on Saturday night. The Magic Hat.
We did.
We did.
We made him sing it.
Yes, absolutely.
I think I may have footage on my phone somewhere of it. I don't know.
Laurie did message me at some point through the game saying, "Keep it going, lads. I can hear you." And no, I didn't bring my magic hat.
Oh.
But we're on topic of it, so we will cross to Laurie now. Take it away, champ.
Oh, McKenna magic. He wears a magic hat. He used to coach the coasties, but then he said that. He came to us to run the club, so that makes it all right. And when we win the championship, we'll sing this song all night.
Never gets old. Seriously.
Oh, it was fantastic.
Absolute cracker. Mate,
get on to Joey.
Vandenberg and the boys, mate. Seriously, you got to get him a magic hat. Need to do something and get it to him.
We're gonna pass around the magic hat.
ASAP. Yeah, that's it. Absolutely. Speaking of that, though, we will dissect into Laurie's questions this week. Again, guys, I can't stress enough. If you've got any questions, feel free to post them to me.
It's a free opportunity to get your answers questions.
Yeah, you can't. Not many people, not many clubs, I'm sure, would do this week in, week out. Laurie's given up literally 2 minutes of his time to obviously answer a couple of questions and so forth. And as I said, it can be anything. It can be club related. It can be totally off topic.
We're at the point where we're just giving him funny ones now.
Yeah, and that's it. That's what it can be. You know what I mean? Like it, whatever you want it to be. It doesn't really matter. He's open and he'll answer it if he friggin' thinks it's appropriate. So,
well, not that he thinks it's appropriate. As long as we're not like delving into club finances and shit. He's there, like a bit of common sense.
Yeah, that's sort of what I'm getting at. As long as it's something that he can physically answer and. Because who knows, when you got a bloke like Matt Vandenberg in Fox Sports, he'd probably run away with it and...
Love you, Matty.
God knows, he'll be on front page of Fox Sports friggin' tomorrow morning. So anyway, off topic, we will get to the two questions I did ask. The first one, as I said, we're sticking with the player matchup. Wasn't a big fan of the answer, even though I love the bloke that he chose.
Better than the ones I gave you.
Rightio. Best player, Steven Gerrard or Frank Lampard? Feel free, guys, put your thoughts down the bottom as well. Who you think?
I can answer that very easily.
Obviously, it depends. If you go from a biased point of view, if you've got obviously Chelsea fans out there and you've got Liverpool fans out there, it's going to make it pretty obvious. But if
I'm a fan of neither.
Exactly, but if you go on technical ability, it becomes very, very difficult because they've done pretty much everything that each other's done, other than obviously winning a Premier League. So obviously Chelsea being the one there where they've won the Premier League, but I don't believe off the top of my head, quote me if I'm wrong, they won a Champions League.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they would have. Yeah, in his time, yeah, they would have.
Well, yeah, that's an easy one for me. To be non-biased.
Yeah, go on.
To be non-biased, it's Steven Gerrard. Why? Because I hate Chelsea. That's not biased. I don't support either side. I just hate Chelsea.
You hate one more than the other.
I just hate one more than the other. I just don't like Chelsea.
Exactly. No difference if you're friggin'
It is. You know why? Because I don't like Chelsea because of Abramovich and money. Money spoils the game.
He hasn't won much in a while, mate, so you might want to dig deeper in those pockets.
Well, no, this is going back when they were winning.
Yeah.
I still don't like Chelsea.
Yeah, so Laurie's pretty much short answer. He made it very sweet. Steven Gerrard, because he is now the Rangers manager. Laurie, I'm not a fan of that question. Not a fan of that answer. I think I'm going to need another answer. So I'm going to go back to you.
Well, you know what it's like, mate. You know, everyone slips up once or twice in their career.
Oh, right. Here we go. Here we go.
And that's the last I'll say of it.
Yeah. That's a very, very good.
We won't sing the chant. We might get copyright strike.
That's a very good idea. Yeah, so anyway, obviously he's gone Steven Gerrard. Personally, as I said, I'm a Liverpool fan, so again, it can be pretty biased. But at the same time, two great players for England. We'll leave it at that.
Oh, of course, yes.
At England, at an international level, mate, they are the two guys you wanted in the guts.
Yeah, two very technical.
Two
very technical midfielders.
But at the same time, two very different midfielders.
Yes, very.
Yeah, I mean, Lampard 30 out. He ain't hitting that ball. Like there's no way he's hitting that ball. You know, Gerrard
just goes, oh fuck it.
I'm hitting the ball. Like,
yeah, I'm binging it.
If I'm in open space, I'm hitting that ball, and then at the same time, obviously, I think Lampard's accuracy and passing ability is
pretty bang on.
Pretty bang on. It was pretty accurate. So. Yeah, two great players. Obviously, Laurie's come back with that one. Again, feel free to leave yours down the bottom.
Otherwise, you'll hear very weird ones from me again.
Yeah, that's it. Or they're going to be weak.
So I try and choose ones to make him think.
Yeah, and that's the biggest thing. Yeah. As we said, it can be whatever you want it to be, and that's it. You can make stuff to sort of stump him, make him take a step back and think. I was going to say,
interested to hear his thoughts on Inter or AC.
Yeah. Yeah, and then that's it. Like, yeah, and that's, as I said, it can be football questions. It can be politics. He's a former politician. He knows what he's talking.
Yeah.
He's in the whole politics side. So
actually, I've got a great one, but I'll save it for next week.
Very good. We'll leave it with that one. The other one I did ask him was, this one as a Jets podcast, and as everyone, you'd imagine most people watching this, all Jets fan. This was a very hard one to swallow. At the same time, though, you can't take it away from him, as it was pretty impressive.
It is what it was.
And if it was roles reversed, we'd be pretty chuffed with it ourselves. But I did ask him, what is your most memorable moment as a professional coach, and why? His response was 2007-2008 season, Central Coast Mariners beating the Jets in the semi-final 3-0 after being down 2-0 from the first leg. I remember it very well. If we'd won that, we would have hosted the grand final. We didn't, and then had to go back and play the major semi to make the grand final again. Hard to swallow, but at the same time, you can't probably disagree with him. It's a pretty impressive achievement.
Yeah.
I think the only thing that probably would have topped that is if he did beat us in the grand final.
Or in the Chinese Super League.
Well, yeah, that as well.
He's very, very stint over there.
So that probably would have been the only thing that possibly would have come close to that, as far as I'm concerned. But yeah, so that were the two questions, obviously, to him. Thanks again, Muchley, for giving up. As I said, literally, guys, 2 minutes of his time, 5 minutes of his time,
He's happy to give it to us. Take advantage of it.
That's it. Take advantage of it, guys. Obviously, it's not every day you can speak to your CEO and ask him whatever questions you want and so forth. So I don't see why you wouldn't be taking advantage of it, guys. So get the messages through. PM me. Obviously, I've got the Facebook page, Crossbar Capers. Obviously, get on the YouTube side and message us. We are looking at directing this to Spotify once we work it all out and find out.
That's a work in progress.
Find out what the go is there, so that'll give us another platform there to obviously get the podcast out there. So be sure. I'm plugging it like it's over. Be sure to obviously.
We are in talks of doing a live podcast soon too.
Give it a like and so forth. Yeah, obviously talks of doing a live podcast and so forth. Any topics or
maybe on a Sunday afternoon.
Yeah, big one. Big football ones to just do a whole football segment. So as I said, if you've got any questions for us, as Ben and I were saying previously, as some of you may have witnessed last week, we had Paul on the show. More the merrier.
Yeah.
As I said, you want to jump on and talk a bit about football and so forth. We're happy to have you on and have a bit of a yarn, a bit of a laugh. As I said, if you haven't watched last week's episode, go back and watch it with Paul. It was very, very casual as we try and keep it on the show. Not a big fan of being all serious and trying to get everything out there. We know.
Like to have fun with it.
Yeah, a bit of fun, a bit of banter, and
informative and fun.
Bit of a sledge, but at the same time,
all in good taste.
All in good taste. As I said, we not the biggest fans of Redenton and so forth like that, but at the same time, he's a professional athlete and he's doing what he does. And if he wasn't that crash site, he wouldn't be getting called up for the New Zealand squad. End of story.
Yeah.
And with their calibre at the moment, with players that they've got playing over in the Premier League and Championship and so forth, him still getting a spot. So, as I said, we bit of banter and so forth, but at the same time, we love the Jets, and obviously that's the way and the only the reason why we do it. So, anything else, mate, before we sort of wrap her up? And
nothing off the top of my head. We're not missing anything.
No, I think we're pretty well good. As I said, obviously
we're pretty well on time too. I thought we were going longer than that.
Pretty well on time, mate. Look at that. I don't even need an alarm clock. Just all over it. I was going to say, as I said, everyone coming down to Geelong, great. Catch up, have a beer, sing some songs and so forth, and hopefully watch the Jets get up and surprise us and get 3 points, which is we desperately need at the moment.
Yep.
Obviously, everyone who can't make it, obviously, I'm sure Terrace Novocaster and that'll put something out, I suppose. I'm sure they're going to meet somewhere to watch the game, as we've done in past years.
Yep.
Again, thanks to Laurie and Matt Vandenberg, Paul and co for obviously setting it all up and giving it a go and trying to revamp the support base, which is what every club needs, whatever every team wants. I believe I've seen an old school banner the other day from the Jets where it was, if you put in for 90 minutes, we'll give you a lifetime. And
I've seen that one.
And I still today think it's probably one of the best banners we've done, because it sums it up so easily. You know what I mean? All we want out of you is 90 minutes a week. We don't expect anything other than that. As long as you guys put in the best 90 minutes you guys can deliver, that's all we can ask. And if you're not happy with that, well,
shove off.
Yeah. Find another club to support, because thanks again, mate. Muchly appreciated for having you again this week.
It is always a pleasure, mate.
Didn't think I was going to get you this week, mate. I thought you wanted me still thrown up into a bucket or something. So
no, mate. No, I was good by Wednesday.
By Wednesday, got home on Monday.
Yeah, we're getting older, mate. It doesn't get any easier.
Oh man, it's a Victorian talk and not being able to keep up the Novocastrians.
No, shut it.
There's nothing unusual there.
Look, in 10 years ago, different story, mate.
Yeah, 10 years ago we could have done a lot.
I reckon I drank more alcohol that day than what I have in the past 12 months.
Yeah, did you hear that, Brownie?
Yeah, that one's for you, Brownie.
Anyway, guys, we're rambling. We're going to leave it there. As I said, be sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Be sure to like it, share it around, obviously, get it through to all the other fan pages and all your friends and everything else. As I said, be sure to jump on and leave a comment if you've got any questions or you want to come on the show. As I said,
any feedback, constructive
100%,
criticism.
100%. Give it a
We're always looking to improve.
Yeah, that's it. Give it a like. Obviously, you can give it a like or a dislike. If you do give it a dislike, as I said,
tell us why.
Tell us why. If you don't want to leave it on YouTube, as I said, you can private message us, or both got Twitter and so forth, so you can do it on there. As I said, I've got the Crossbar Capers Facebook page and so forth, so jump it on there, or Crossbar Capers at gmail.com as well if you want to leave something there as well. So all the bases are covered there, so don't feel, if you want to sort of keep it private and don't feel like you're having a sledge or whatever, yeah, we'll take it. It's all happy criticism for me. Like, at the end of the day, guys, I don't have to do it. I do it just because it gives me something to do during the week, and I love the game, I love the Jets, and I love dribbling shit, so I figured, why not do it on a massive platform?
Yeah, why not make idiots ourselves on Facebook?
Absolutely. Once again, guys, also, before I do go, be sure to jump over, check out Ben's channel. Crossbar
Capers is you!
If you can kindly leave all these content on my page as well, because it's so much easier.
How much time that shit takes to do?
Corner Flag Games, guys. Go check it all out. Obviously, he's doing massive FIFA 20 career mode at the moment.
Two.
FIFA 2.
We're doing two.
They're
not going to like the second one.
Yeah, with the new boys, Western United.
Yeah, Western United.
So, a bit of sledge in this week's stream.
We've got the old school RTG.
Right to glory as well, mate. So
yeah,
Sundays roughly around 6 o'clock. Every Sunday.
On live stream, yeah.
Live stream. It's all right, mate.
On Sundays at 6.
Get your shit sorted. It's like a TV show. Sundays at 6. Don't miss it. So yeah, jump over, guys. Be sure the link to his channel and so forth is in the description, as well as the Discord, which you can jump onto as well, which makes life easy for us if you do want to join the show. So, and talk dribble with us. So, anyway, mate, take it easy. I'll speak to you at some point, and as always, we hate Coast Scum.